welcome back. It is time to color the hair. I have not colored it, well, it's been a process. So today what I'm gonna do is all this gray that you see, that you can kind of see, I guess it's still kind of there. I'm getting rid of it. So, and here's why, because the maintenance on it is so incredibly bad where because it's a direct dye, so it's only staining the hair, it's not penetrating the hair shaft, so it just sits on top of the hair. So really you only get about, well, I only got about 3 pretty decent weeks with it before it started to turn green. And I'm just over it. So it was fun while it lasted, but I'm actually gonna go back to what it was originally, which was the gray part was blonde. So that's what I'm gonna do. You can see I have like 2-inch roots growing right there. That's bad. And that's just pure laziness. Like, I could have retouched it probably like a month ago, but I didn't care, and it's time to go back. This way I can just do it, leave it for literally probably like 4 months and just be done with it. And so I don't have to keep coloring it every 3 weeks, which gets old and which gets annoying. So let's get started. So first off, I just want to say I'm not wearing any makeup. Like, I totally dressed up for you guys. The thing with coloring your own hair, it's a process. So I'm wearing a shitty shirt. It is what it is. So let me tell you what I'm using. So first and foremost, to get rid of this green color, and you can see I already kind of started testing out to make sure that it was gonna come out okay. So I did test some out yesterday. It's kind of hard to see with all this light, but it's there. And it's still ashy, but it'll work. So what I did to neutralize the green, because that's basically what it is right now, it's green. You want to use a red. So basic color theory, you want to use complementary colors to cancel or neutralize them out. So if you look at a color wheel, you have your primary colors, which is blue, red, and yellow. And then you have your secondary colors, and then you have complementary colors, so colors that are opposite on the wheel, directly opposite. And directly opposite of red is green. And so you want to use red to counteract green, you want to use green to counteract red. In this case, we're going to use red to counteract green. I know, it's a mouthful, right? So I use Redken color, and I've used it for years. I know the line really well. That's why I stick with it, because I just know how it works. I've tried other lines in the past, and sometimes I'm just kind of going in blind because I'm not sure how it works. Ugh. So here's the color. It's 2 ounces of color in 1 tube. We're obviously not going to use this whole thing. So this will be on the, where it stops on the color right here, all the way down. So this will neutralize the green. On my regrowth, which is just the stuff that has grown out on the gray part, I'm going to use, not that one, 8NA in the Color Fusion, or Cover Fusion, sorry. And this will match the ends that I have here, hopefully, pretty well. And if there is a slight difference, you're not really gonna tell a whole lot. And then, as always, I use, for the darker part, which is this stuff right here, I use 3NN, which is right here in the Cover Fusion, with literally a drop of 2N. just a drop. Only because I just like to give it a little bit, get it a little bit deeper than what the 3NN is. So let me part it off for you and I will show you how I color my hair. Okay, so I know this looks really funny right now, but there is a method to my madness. So it's all parted off, and this is actually really, really easy to do. It looks awesome. You'll see when I'm done. And it's the exact same way that I did it when I had the gray. The gray was just kind of a longer process, but so as you can see, I have parted out a triangle on the top. And then from back here all the way down to the back of my ear to the top, I have parted all of that and have it forward. So this actually all sits underneath this part. And then the back, all of this is dark. I actually found this pattern on behindthechair.com years and years ago. It's a Goldwell pattern, and I think I've had it since probably like 2008. The same pattern with different variations of it. I've had it red on red. I've had, in the past, I would say maybe 4 or 5 years, it's been the dark and the blonde. Only because the red, it's so hard to keep that I was just so sick of that maintenance, because it was really cool for, 2 weeks, and then after washing it, it just fades out so fast. And that's the nature of having red hair, red colored hair, I guess I should say. So here's what's gonna happen. This is gonna be dark, this is all gonna be light, and then the back is gonna be dark. And we call this, well, I call this a form of color blocking. So no foils unless we're separating and I just need something to lay the hair on. So no like foiling or anything like that. This is really easy to do, and it's really awesome if you want a little more contrast, a little more dimension than just regular highlights. So let's dye this bitch. All right, so I just put in the 3NN. So I'm gonna do the back first. So I'm doing 3NN, and this is only an ounce of it, so half of this tube. And then I'm taking 2N, and I'm literally dropping 1 drop in there, just for added depth. So we'll call this about a little over an ounce of color. And I'm gonna take 10 volume, because I'm darkening. I don't need to cover gray. I just need to darken, and I just need to deposit. So 10 volume will do that. So we have just over an ounce. And it's a 1-to-1, so 1 ounce of this, 1 ounce of that. mix it up. All right, so you want it just so you don't have any lumps anymore in there. It's nice and creamy. All right, and we're ready to go. You gotta wear gloves. Got to wear gloves. And this is my last pair, so I really gotta make this last this whole time. So we are starting in the back, folding it up, and just kind of following the line, and you'll feel it on your scalp where you need to go. It's hard to see back there, but you'll know. And you just kind of outline first. This is going all the way back to beauty school. Outline your section before you start filling in the rest. So after you got most of that done, just kind of start taking sections and start going down and filling it in. And I just kind of lay it flat on my hand like this, so I can really get in there and saturate the section. Alright, so the back is done. It's going to be nice and dark again. Yay! Without 2 inches of regrowth, so that's exciting. So let's go ahead and we're going to start on correcting all of this. So we have about 2 inches of regrowth, and then we have a gross green cast, blonde, gray, whatever color this is, vomit. Which is why we're dyeing it back to something easy. So I'm going to switch gears here. So now we're gonna start the blonde. So we're gonna do the roots first. Regrowth, sorry. Roots is a horrible word. I hate using that word. I don't know why I said it. So first we're gonna use the 8NA. And this is going on the regrowth. So I'm going to use an ounce again of this. We're not going to mix it with any color, but what I am going to do rinse that out a little bit. Not that it really matters all that much. I just don't want a bunch of 10 and with a bunch of 20 and whatever. So with that said, I'm using 20 volume peroxide. This is the official peroxide for Redken. I'm going to put in 1 ounce of that. And here's why we're using 20 on this. Because my hair is darker than an 8, and luckily that's virgin hair when you have regrowth like that. You don't need to bleach it to lift it lighter. So I'm just using color. I'm using 20 volume just to bump up my natural color, and then we'll magically be a little bit lighter. Now that that's mixed, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to do all of the regrowth first. and pray to the color gods that this turns out okay. Little color correction, you always want to say a quick prayer before you jump right in. Okay, so I know this is looking really glamorous right now, but you can already see, hopefully, that this is already starting to lift to hopefully a pretty blonde. And now I'm gonna go in and do the ends with the HER. And since we're only depositing, we're gonna use 10 volume. And mix it all in. Okay, I know it looks bad, but it's gonna be amazing. I promise you. So again, we do say a little prayer to the color gods that this works, and we're gonna do from where I stopped with the other color and go pull it all the way down. Say a prayer for me. This should work out. Okay guys, so again, this looks really great. Don't fault me for it. So I've laid a piece of foil here, and the reason why is we're gonna, so you know, this part is done. So I wanna lay a foil down to protect that blonde so that when I do this part, the dark part, it doesn't get on that and ruin that, because that's hard to come back from too. So to protect that, I just put a piece of foil on there. Once I'm done, it'll come off and it'll just be sitting at that point. So all of this is gonna be the dark color, and then we'll be done. Well, for 30 minutes anyways, when we let it sit. So again, I'm just outlining where I want the dark to be. Outlining that triangle. Originally, when I first saw this color pattern, the pattern that Goldwell has is different. It's still a triangle up there, but they have a much wider triangle, and it's not as chunky as how I have it. So it's been modified over the years. You know, since I've had it a bigger triangle. I've had, you know, other things in there, like a blonde streak that I used to have in there with it. So it's changed, but now it's just a smaller triangle at the top, just so I can let more of that light shine through when it's down. More of that blonde, I guess I should say, not light. Okay, so now we wait about 30 to 40 minutes for this to process. and then we'll be done. So please say a prayer that these colors work out on the blonde. It should be okay if my color theory is correct, and I know the color line very, very well, so that helps. So let's wait, and then we'll see what we get at the end. All right, thanks. We'll see you in a little bit. And we're done. So this is how it came out. I'm actually pretty pleased with it. There's a little bit of discoloration, as you can see, like right here, some in here, a little in my bangs. It kind of has still like that greenish cast to it, but that's okay. It's 10 times better than it was. I'm happy with it, and it's nothing that, you know, another coat of 8GR can't fix, which I'll probably do later when I have the time and when I feel like it. So could I have filled it beforehand? Probably, and for those of you that are stylists for a while know what that means. It's kind of an old method, and I don't even know, because I haven't worked in a salon in like 3 years, so I don't even know if anybody's still using that. And I don't even know if anybody's still doing that method. I mean, I guess it still applies to use Shades EQ before to fill the, I mean, it was considered blonde, so it still applies, but you know, I wanted to do it in one shot. This was pretty close. This is what I got. So I like it. It's back to what it was before I did the gray, and now honestly, when I just find the time to do another coat of 8GR, then I'll be completely satisfied. So, but other than that, this will work. This will do. I'm back to normal. And you can see how, you know, that dark comes over the light, and you see that light peeking through. Originally in that gold well pattern, I told you it was different. It actually, like, I think it was even angled a little bit and came around. Like, it was pretty big on top. So you didn't see, you know what? I may even just find the picture for you so you can see. Because if you're a stylist, it's always good to have options. So this is the option I did for myself. Like I said, it had varied throughout the years, and I've just kept it because I like it. It's easy to do on myself rather than trying to do foils, because who wants just one color when you have it in your blood, you know? So anyways, that's it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you learned something. Pick it up, use it, do whatever you want, make it your own. Like I said, I used to do red on red, or you could do the black on brighter blonde, or, you know, there's a lot of different options you can do with this. And I have loved it for so long now, and it's just easy. And the greatest thing about it is you don't really see a whole lot of regrowth until you're like, you know, 2 inches out like I was. But I don't know, I recommend it. So if you're feeling crazy, go ahead, try it out, and let me know if it works out. All right, we will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Bye.